from the Golden State Warriors Facebook account, as great as we are individually, we are so much more together. And this is them in November of 2023 posting this weird sort of hostage video about how basically everything's gay and it's amazing. And fine, whatever. But it's, it's playoff time. The Warriors are not in it. But as a Warriors fan growing up, this sort of just came back to me because it kind of flew under the radar when it first happened. And I remember when I saw it several months ago thinking, who thought this was a good idea?
Each year we hang the same colors above us and raise this flag as a symbol of our spirit, a culmination of heart and ferocity from our predecessors.
Wait, that's the flag you're raising? First of all, that's like a couple years old. We have the whole new super ultra flamboyant pride progress flag. So you're going to get canceled for that. But I mean, it's the NBA, right? Do they sing the national anthem? Is there an American flag anywhere? Nope. In November, which isn't even technically Pride Month, they're going to bat so that you know who's really in charge here, right? So it's the political regime, it's the junkies, it's the criminals, and it's also the agenda.
As great as we are individually, we are so much more together.
It's important to be an ally of the LGBTQ plus community.
Okay.
Because
wait. And here's where it gets really good. First of all, it's hilarious. I don't really use Facebook, so I don't know too much about it, but the top comment is from the sponsor of this weirdo indoctrination stuff. And then some other weird lady just saying, oh, just spread love. Yeah, love is love. But this is where it's going to get really good. I want to go back just a couple seconds, so because this guy's going to let you know that it's really important that we have to be an ally.
Together.
It's important to be an ally of the LGBTQ plus community because at the end of the day, we bleed the same. We're all people. I actually have family members who are part of that community. They deserve the same.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's very important to be an ally because, my cousin's gay. What?
Same love that I feel like everybody else deserves.
And to be a good ally, it's a good human being loving.
There's just no question, right? Okay, who wrote this stuff? Who wrote this? Do you really think that any of these, strong men, professional basketball players in the prime of their life, in peak physical condition, went home and said, oh, it's actually really amazing. Like, I mean, I'm not going to do it. And not that there's anything wrong with it. I'm not gay, but it's super amazing. We should all make sure that you have fun, right? What?
And kind, open to people from different backgrounds with different beliefs, and understanding that we all have space in this world.
Being a person of color and deep LGBTQ plus.
Being a person of color, Klay Thompson, the generic creator player, like the African. Right, is a stone cold stud as far as basketball is concerned, or maybe he's on the decline now. But he's a multiple time NBA champion, and he's a person of color, and also the LGBT. Like, who is putting, bro? This has all of the writings of a literal hostage video written all over it. These guys are like 6-7 feet tall, perfect physical condition. Like, we need to just be nice because, my cousins get... What, bro? How about you just say nothing? How about you say nothing at all? You could put the flag up in the stands if you so choose to do it, and then just ignore it. You could put it next to the the American flag. You could put it next to the California flag. But not only are they going to do that, they're going to tell you exactly how you should be thinking, which is only going to drive people away. This is not changing any minds. You think anybody was like, oh, I couldn't stand that stuff. But now that Klay Thompson says he's a gay black man, I love it. What?
Community, we have a lot in common just as far as the struggles for equal rights.
And as we move forward...
Oh, yeah. It's the exact same thing, right? Civil rights and the weirdo LGBTQ, BBQ, CIA mafia. It's the exact same. And then here comes weirdo talking head puppeteer, gun control maniac Steve Kerr. Again, these guys are good at basketball, so just stick to that, right? Oh, you'll get burned at the stake if you say shut up and dribble. That's a bridge too far. But that's exactly what they're talking about. You guys are inserting yourself at the behest of some weirdo lobbyist to just come out and say, well, Steve, I don't. Is he still even the coach? I don't know. They've been losing recently. But do you think for one split second any of these guys are going to say, "Yeah, we want Magic Johnson's son on our team"? It's not real.
We have to learn from our past. People come from all walks of life, different genders, different races, creeds, religions, beliefs, but we're all human beings.
My mother always told me to love everybody, don't judge anybody.
Yeah, tell that to your dad. That's Gary Payton Jr. or Gary Payton II. I don't know. I always forget. But why don't you go tell that to your pops, right? Gary Payton, the OG from the 90s, you think he's on board with all of this? Doubt it.
And you don't know what people are going through or what people have been through or whatnot. So just open arms. And
what does that have to do with being a member of the LGBTQ, BBQ, CIA plus agenda weirdo mob? What does that have to do with anything?
be nice and be kind.
I think the most important thing about being a good ally is being able to listen, take in the information and put it to use. I think that's the important thing of being a good ally. You should be able to help in any way.
Just open the door for people to feel comfortable in their own skin and be themselves without prejudice. And that's what life's about, is just being able to be yourself and not having to feel like you have to hide things because...
Do these look like NBA fans, right? I mean, the weirdo couples and the old pictures from the 70s. Oh, okay, we're at our Pride marches. Anybody think that those people were going to they were watching the NBA and they're just like, I would really enjoy this more if there was a little bit more LGBTQ propaganda. Who is it for? Who are you convincing?
Of how people perceive you.
If a person can't be their true self, then things need to change.
Well, that's completely untrue, right? You can be your true self without forcing everybody around you to change. And this doesn't really have anything to do with anything else, but as far as the skyrocketing costs in San Francisco, gas, electricity, home prices, internet prices, restaurant prices, quite literally everything, the corruption, as far as the NGOs, of course, the political corruption that goes back many, many decades. But while that's all happening, the Golden State Warriors want you to know that they are allies of the LGBTQ community. So when you have this and you have the corrupt regime on all other fronts, you can no longer, for one split second, be curious as to why it's all collapsing.